What's up in the loop? It's Hyde checking in from Atlanta, but soon to be leaving Atlanta. This is the start of what should be a very interesting video, because we are going to something like 400 parks in like 20 hours. Not really, but it's going to feel like that. We're going to, depending on how the weather holds up and traffic and crowd levels, somewhere between 8 and 10 parks in the next 4 days. So gotta get to my flight. Next time I'll see you, I'll be in Ohio. Well, the Cincinnati Airport, not quite in Ohio. And just like that, we are at the Cincinnati Airport, which, if you know anything about the airport, it's actually in Kentucky. So flew into Cincinnati, but I'm never even going into Ohio on this trip. Just waiting for my friend Brian to pick me up. He's eating spaghetti with chili on top of it somewhere. Of course he is. All right, and with that, we are on the road in Kentucky. Brian, say hi.
What's up?
Picked us up. He picked me up at the airport last night. Would have filmed a little like intro video, but this crappy rental car was making way too much noise. We're not convinced the AC fully works, so that's a saga to follow along with in this video. Hopefully it works, or you're gonna hear a lot of complaining probably. But we are en route to Camden Park, Huntington, West Virginia, leaving the Cincinnati area. This drives about 2.5 hours through the foothills in Kentucky. And from what we can tell on the map, this is pretty much the entire drive. I don't even know if we go through a city at all. Kind of hoping we go through a city so we could get maybe some diner style breakfast. But what's your hype level for Camden Park, Brian?
Super hype.
Yeah, I know enough about it, but purposely haven't really looked up much lately. So we're excited. Check in when we get a little closer.
Almost 7.
Hey, it's West Virginia. We're almost to getting off to take some country roads. Take me home. Blue Ridge Mountains.
Shenandoah River.
I don't know where the Shenandoah River is. I don't think that was the Shenandoah River, but we are about coming up on Camden Park here shortly. First park of the trip. That's very exciting. Brian got a little too excited. He thought that was a coaster up there. I had to remind him this is Camden Park. The coasters are not going to be that big, buddy. I don't know what kind of element you call that thing right there. That's a lot of airtime right there. Now that is roller coasters right there. Good news is the fire trucks that we were just following down this road did not turn into the park. That's always a good sign. That would have been a bad way to get credit. And there is a line to get in. A few cars. Parking $5. Welcome to Camden Park. Pretty cool sign. Pretty creepy sign. And here we are, first park of the trip, Camden Park. Basically, everything you see here, all that the light touches, is Camden Park. So, just to put in perspective, parking lot here, that is the Big Dipper over there. That's basically the one end of the park, at the kind of the second hill of that. The park comes all the way over here. This lower half with a couple rides mixed in. Maybe a dozen, maybe if I'm not counting all the kiddie rides correct, maybe 15 rides total. It is a smaller park for sure, but it's one of those really interesting parks that mixes some brand new rides with some very, very, very old rides, which I really like. It's in the middle of nowhere, but I would recommend the visit. So we're going to get off this ride here, get back in our car, drive a couple hours north to another old-timey park, Kennywood. So we were driving, and Brian goes, we need to pull off. We are in Sutton, West Virginia, probably about 2.5 hours south of Pittsburgh. There's nothing here. Everything's pretty much closed up. This building's even like gutted, except for he's inside at the Visitor Center and Monster Museum. Brian, what did it end up being?
It's actually the Braxton County Visitors Center. So it's just basically a storefront with a bunch of things to do in Braxton County, which happens to be home to a mysterious monster that the Flatwoods Monster, as featured in Fallout video game.
Well, there you go. Just a block up from the Monster Museum, little square. So there's a lot of these buildings in this city are actually somewhere around 120, 150 years old. A lot of them have been unchanged since.
Route 51.
And we are in Pennsylvania. And pan tolls. That's one thing about the Northeast or this whole kind of area of the country. Lots of tolls. Not used to that in Atlanta. Pennsylvania Turnpike. We are about an hour from Kennywood. Beautiful view, somewhat obstructed because when we were at the getting some fast food, I spilled the drink all over the side of the window and it's all sticky. But it's been a very uneventful drive through West Virginia, but it is now into Pennsylvania, but it is a very nice mountainy, hilly, foothills-ish mountain drive. So we'll check back in a little bit when we get to Kennywood. Hopefully getting there around 6 o'clock-ish, and they're open to about 9. So should have time to hopefully ride Steel Curtain, eat some French fries, and get some classic coasters. Recognize that? That'd be a Steel Curtain. It doesn't appear to be running because, you know, why would a brand new roller coaster be running? We are coming up on the park right now. About 6 o'clock. Should have a couple hours to wait that out and see if it can redeem itself from free RT. It is good to be back here, even if it is just for a few hours. Last time I was here, look at this, man's revenge. Last time I was here, of course, was for our awesome free RT. Shout out to all you guys who came out for that. That was a real blast. Skyrocket going, you know, but what's not going is Steel Curtain. Similar to our free RT, but at least it was during free RT, at least it was running. But it does not look like it's running. It is a packed day here at Kennywood. After all, it is a Saturday in the middle of the summer. And we only have a few hours here. Our goal is to eat some French fries, try to ride Steel Curtain, get some classic rides in. So let's see how much we can do in Kennywood in 3 hours. As we are walking up, is going up the lift. That is a good sign. That is our top mission for tonight. Let's see if we can complete it. No one's on it, but at least it's running. Always tricky with Kennywood. You never quite know what time they're closing, and they kind of announce a day of or in the middle of the day. We got 9 o'clock tonight, 6:30 now. Let's do this. And we are in the park. They got some marching band parades going on, so that's why it's parade stuff on the ground. See if Steel Curtain actually opened or if it was just testing. After last time coming here and it was testing the whole time and never opened, you never know. Old Mill. Quite the busy day. But this park does have that really kind of fun atmosphere that comes alive when there's a lot of people here. I think this is one of those parks, not good for lines, but it definitely kind of has a special energy when there's a lot of people here. Still not seeing Steel Curtain run. Still no run. Maybe it gives us time for a beer before they open it. Who knows? Let's go see. What makes a crowded park even more crazy? A parade. That float literally has the Easter Bunny on it. It's August. Just a reminder, it is August. High school band's coming in. And there's Park Scope. Joe, give a wave to the camera. So we are coming to realize it is a parade about holidays, and this is the 4th of July, America. And as Joe just pointed out, we also believe that every marching band in the eastern part of the United States is here today. This is quite crazy and completely blocks the Midway. Little spooky folks, and then more marching bands. That's the end of the parade, but we're somehow trying to figure out how to get to Steel Curtain, which has opened. Can't run in front of the car. Well, we'll just wait for Santa to pass. Santa. We're in the parade now. Join the parade. Give the wave, Joe. Give the wave. This is what you do for credit sometimes. You join parades. It's always a new day when you're trying to come up with ways to get the new cred. Oh, but we cut through here, we'll get stuck with the parade again. Let's let these people pass and we'll jump to the other side. Follow me.
This is crazier than Epcot when they're running Temperature Nations.
I know. And just like that, we made it Steeler country.
Ready for the curtain?
Boom! So, priorities.
Yeah.
We reopened, and we got these nachos here. We had to get beer, nachos first, bathroom before we got in line for this. Little risky move because the park apparently does the really crappy thing of closing the line 2 hours before park close, unannounced. So keep that in mind. Great way to help your guests there. But at least we're going in line with nachos, even though it says hour and 45 minutes.
For your ride, grouper hold rows 5 and 6 on next train. Well, once you are seated, we do ask that you please fasten your seatbelt boat or pulling down the
Just got off Steel Curtain. It's a really good ride. Really good ride. Perfectly engineered. Maybe one of the best engineered coasters I've been on. I'm not a huge inversion guy, so when it's like 9 inversions, wasn't really looking forward to that. But man, every turn, every drop is engineered so perfectly on here that it's just seamless and ton of fun. Some really great airtime pops. And also just love the trains and restraints. Super comfortable. You know Kennywood's busy when the line for concessions is like literally 25 people deep and there's multiple lines. This is definitely a cool park to go to at night if you can. One thing I do want to call out, if you do come here in the evening hours like we did, this is a park that is notorious for closing ride lines early. Plan accordingly. Steel curtains line closed 2 hours, just like an hour and 55 minutes, hour and 50 minutes before the park closed. And none of that stuff is posted. So just be cautious. If you're coming in the evening for Kennywood on a busy day, expect everything to be closed a half hour, hour, if not more, before the park. On the flip side, you do get really cool classic signs, like this refreshment sign here. It has to have been there for so long. Really cool vibe to it. But you know it's gonna be busy when the line for Jackrabbits this long and the park officially closes in a few minutes. Line for cotton candy. Huge line to go inside the gift shop. Kennywood's definitely making some cash today, guys. And that line for Dippin' Dots goes all the way back over there. So that wraps up a quick visit to Kennywood. Only was able to get in a beer, brisket, nachos, and Steel Curtain, but Steel Curtain was worth it. Heads up, if you are part of a roller coaster club or you're thinking about joining a roller coaster club, there are some pretty good discount tickets for here. I think clubs don't usually like saying what the discounts are publicly, so I'll respect that and just say, you know, you're talking a significant discount, so it might be worth joining because Kennywood now is upwards of like $45-50 to come in. Send it on that note. Good night. Good morning. Checking in from just outside Pittsburgh. What a night. Kennywood. You just saw that part of the video. And then we went to
Take the Pennsylvania 837 South exit toward I-376 East downtown.
As you can see, we're about to go towards 376 East towards downtown, which is right there. Got a little crazy last night. We went out to a fried chicken and tiki kind of bar in downtown Coupe de Ville, very cool, with Park Scope Joe. And then quickly realized that there was no hotels within 2 hours of Pittsburgh, really, that had availability. One in downtown Pittsburgh that had like tons. Know where we're going? Need help?
Nope.
We are deep in the Pennsylvania mountains, which means we are at Idlewild. Not my kind of park. I mean, I don't even think there's an adult ride here. But I am missing the Wild Mouse, so we were trying to hit the Wild Mouse. The sign out front says the roller coaster is closed today. Unfortunately for Brian, he won't get that credit. But I do like this park for what it is. It's a neat little kind of picnic park. A lot of stuff closed today. The park did just open, so I don't know if some of these food stands will open, but just kind of walk in, a lot of stuff closed. But it's a really big park size-wise for what it is. It's very, very well shaded. It's just a question of, will the Wild Mouse be open? Let's go find out. Wild Mouse was fun and unique just because it was different. Fortunately, roller coaster over there is closed. And now it's time to go try to, for Brian, ride the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood Daniel Tiger trolley thing, which is kind of like the signature ride here. I would say probably a must-see when you come here just because it's so unique.
McFeely, let's all say hello. Hello there, Mr. McFeely.
Well, hello there, neighbors. It's good to see so many happy faces on this beautiful Neighbor Day.
So Idlewild is owned by the same company that owns Kennywood, which means potato batch fries. I don't like cheese, so I got gravy and bacon. Perfection. Here we are driving out of Idlewild. I almost forgot where we are because we're going to so many parks. See the storybook area over there. We got here at what, 11:15 or so?
Yeah.
So we're here for about an hour and 15 minutes. Did the Daniel Tiger ride, did the Wild Mouse, potato patch. You can see it's a pretty busy day here. And now we have about an hour and 20-minute drive to Lakemont for Leap the Dips. Skyliner apparently closed. We'll see. Check in a little bit. There's not even cars on this road. Off-road vehicles. I mean, there's not even 2 lanes on this road. This is the drive from Idlewild to Lakemont. You know you're in the middle of Pennsylvania. And there's not even 2 lanes. We're coming down. Just thought this was a nice view coming down into the one of the big valley areas of Pennsylvania. We are now what, like 10 minutes away? 15?
Yeah, like 10. I don't know, you removed the navigation.
Yeah. So I got plugged back in here in a second, but just wanted to show you there. I stalled long enough. We came around the. You know, if you don't see mountains every day, it's a pretty nice view. So while Brian takes his solo front seat ride over there, just got my back seat ride in. Back's definitely the way to go. There's some crazy pops of airtime on these little dips here that you wouldn't quite expect. It doesn't look as fast when you're on the ground here, but you move through this thing pretty fast. Well, heads up there action, Brian. But I really like this ride. More fun than I anticipated. A little rough, but not too rough. No restraints, which is cool. There he goes. But I would definitely recommend coming out to Lakemont here sooner rather than later. Ride like this is pretty old. The park's pretty old. Who knows how long it'll be. There he is. There he is. Coming down the home stretch. Thumbs up, Brian. Did you like it? our just over hour at Lakemont has come to a close. Time to head to Knoebels Grove, about 2 hours away and change. So hopefully we'll get there, a couple hours to spare, get a few rides in, and eat some of that golden ticket award-winning food. We are now at Knoebels, here for a few hours. Could be quite a busy day from the looks of it. Haven't been in a few years. You know, actually I've only been at Knoebels once, and that was for a few hours. So for such a legendary park for so many people, just haven't made it out this way that much. So anxious to get back in, kind of see what it's all about, ride this ride, Impulse right here. Have not been on Impulse yet. Looks quite good, Eurofire style ride. Looks like the line is absolutely crazy for it. But, you know, that's part of the charm. Part of the charm is the parking lot and the entrance to the park. You know, you can just walk right in. They got this big old parking lot here that looks big old and filled. This is quite a busy day here. Wish us luck. Let's see what we can do. Smell of kettle corn, roar of the roller coaster. We're in Knoebels. I'm actually excited that it's a little busy today, because last time we were here it was middle of the week, early in the season, and we were one of the only people here, which is great, especially for your first visit. We were able to knock everything out with ease. But I think some parks like this generally come alive with crowds, so it should be interesting to see. I will point out, since there's dog waste bags there, they do allow dogs here, and hopefully there's a dog right there you can see. Our plan is to bring our dog here next year, because they even allow dogs on the rides, which is pretty fun. Long line for Impulse here. But yeah, let's get this Knoebels party started. At Knoebels, where the golden ticket food has just as long as the lines as some of the rides. Probably because half the food spots are closed. So if you have your favorite things, just be prepared. They do list a lot of stuff on the website, but that's not all accurate. You can see quite a line for food down there. But I will say, Knoebels, not everything's open, but they do a really good job of keeping the website updated on what's open, what's not open. And they said they update that on a daily basis. Train 2 there, nothing in the station. That is some fantastic dispatches. How good are operations? Both trains are running, and both of them are out on the course at the same time. You had me at fudge. Plus, this building is just fantastic. A lot of food establishments are closed. Pizzeria here, the barbecue place over there. So just plan accordingly, like I said, if you have a favorite food item. Flying Turns is dormant this year. Probably a partial staffing thing, maybe a maintenance thing. Really looking forward to next year when hopefully most parks, food-wise, ride-wise, experience-wise, we're back to normal. And with that, sunset means our time at Knoebels is ending. Definitely feels like they could have stayed open probably another hour. So, I mean, this place is still packed. Every food line still has like 15 people deep, and they had to finally cut them all off. And all the rides still have pretty big lines. So it's like when you're charging per ride, and there's all that people still want to eat food and still wanting to pay per ride. I would have thought, I was shocked that they didn't try to extend the hours a little bit. But fun little park. Now time to head to completely different experience, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Going from small hometowny feel park here to the big guy. Let's get on the road. What's up in the loop? Hyde checking in from Dutch Wonderland. A very, very busy day here. First credit, Joust, a kid's coaster here. A nice little layout for a kid's coaster. Here at the Kingdom Coaster, or originally known as the Sky Princess, CCI's first coaster. I forget the exact number offhand. I'll have to look at one of my old coaster books. Coaster is famous because it was built in like 2 or 3 months, some absurd short timeline. Neat little ride, not bad for their first coaster. I was surprised at like some of the turns on the top of the hill and stuff. Got a little bit of airtime on the couple bunny hills back. Exactly what you'd expect for a park like this. You have trains here, you have monorails here, and not in this shot, you have a sky ride. They love their transportation rides here. Merlin's Mayhem. Interesting ride. It's actually quite rough for being brand new. I know there was a lot of construction delays, so I don't know if that was maybe part of the issue. Has some on-ride audio. Overall, the theme is the best part about it. This little dragon, completely awesome looking little dragon that's Merlin's dragon. A lot of cool stuff in the queue and pre-show video kind of stuff about that. Layout's fun. You drop in a tunnel here. But like I said, pretty rough compared to some of these other similar style rides by other companies. Well, that's a pretty cool little feature for National Roller Coaster Day, which is today, the day I'm filming it. One last look at Dutch Wonderland, Sky Princess / Kingdom Coaster, Merlin's Mayhem. Overall, you know, not my park. Don't have kids. Not here with kids. So not geared towards me, but a really well done park. I can see why if you have kids, see why it's so crowded, because it is a awesome little park. So if you have kids, check it out. If you don't have kids, come get the credits. They're not bad. Next stop, midday here on National Roller Coaster Day. Hershey, Pennsylvania, Hershey Chocolate World, and Hershey Park. Haven't been here in a few years, and this is all new. This is brand. This is my first impression of it. I haven't seen a lot of videos, not, you know, a lot of photos on this area, so it's really fresh to me. And wow, first impressions. This is big, but this is what Hershey Park needed, right? Like Hershey Park's one of the biggest regional theme parks out there. Maybe not even regional, you can call it. It's quite the destination. And it had one of the smallest interest plazas. So this is like, what's up? We're in the big leagues now. Oh, I like that, like Hershey Kiss up there in the bell tower. Coaster right when you see it. Yeah, this definitely feels like they're ready to play with the big boys. Let's head inside. That was surprisingly really, really good. Love the sign. The sign's fantastic. The sign's almost as good as the ride. Probably like Mako a little bit better, but this has some cooler visuals maybe. Mako had a little bit better airtime, better overall experience on Candemonium, I would say maybe. Plus, it's themed to candy. Come on, like why don't they have more rides themed to candy here? And that wraps up Hershey Park. Quick visit. Ran into a couple listeners. That's always great. Very interesting move. You know, it is a little bit challenging traveling during these times. A lot of places have very strange hours. Park closed at 7 p.m. despite every major ride having quite a long line. Even more strange, Chocolate World closing at park close. You can see everyone's walking up here trying to get in, and they have like 3 or 4 team members saying, keep moving along, they can't come in, can't come in. The line for chocolate roll, I'll put in a video right now, stretched the entire store. I took this out 1 minute before they closed. You think if they would have stayed open 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes, probably could have done an extra 20 grand in sales by the amount of people that are coming out of Hershey Park. Either way, it is a great park. Love the new Intern stuff. Really excited for the future. I think if this is just the kickoff of things to come, Hershey's going to just keep being better and better. Where to next? Probably beer. I told you beer was next. We are 0.9 miles down the road from Hershey. I think we're probably closer now to Laugh Track than you are when you are in the parking lot. We're at Trogues. And unlike the Park and Chocolate World, this is actually open a little bit later. Let's head inside, see what it's all about. Doing some damage to this flight here. They've got a lot of really good IPAs here. But my favorite beer is, what do we call this? Troganator. Oh man, it has a little taste like vanilla to it. It's very smooth. Yeah, just absolutely. Next time I'm not even gonna fly, I'm just going straight for the Troganator. Highly recommend it. They have a self-guided tour. They have regular tours too, but this is a self-guided tour. And this definitely 100% smells like an IPA because of all the hops. Happy Yeast makes for great beer. This is really cool. Love the artwork on the wall. And you got like the, where they make all the magic happen back here.
They look like freaking chemists in there.
Yeah. They have small batches over here. Barrel room over here where they can probably do all kinds of fun stuff. It's awesome. Next up, we are at Sesame Place. Credit 1, credit 2. One's open, one's not. Last season's a park for me to visit. Oh, till Abu Dhabi opens. The cookie drop. They don't have what the prizes are, but I really hope it's you win cookies. They do have like a strip of Sesame Street here. Oh, bummer. Oscar's Wacky Taxi. Looks like a fantastic ride. Even a nice little queue. Closed. No explanation why. No movement either. I don't see like a single person even trying to get this open. My guess is it's probably a staffing thing of having to pay folks, carpenters, to come work on the coaster. That's never cheap. Downside of having a wooden coaster. See if there's anyone in the station. Big fat negative. This thing ain't open anytime soon. Bummer. Looks like a fun little ride. Way to go, SeaWorld. If you count those flags, that adds up to 6. That means we're at 6 flags. Great Adventure. Sesame being a bust with not communicating anything about the ride. Oscar's Wild Taxi, some people said, oh, it opens later that day. The park told us it doesn't run on weekdays, but none of that's on their website. Big bummer there, C's. But now it's time to, we have about an hour and a half here. Try to get some rides in. Mid-August, but Halloween's right around the corner. They're getting ready. Haven't been to this park in several years. Only actually here been once doing like a full time. Second time I was here was just a quick pop in for El Toro. And this is another just quick pop in. One of these times I come back and give it its proper due. But Joker being straight back when you walk in is really, really neat. Like that. Park's looking good. As are all Six Flags parks this year. I think they're doing a really good job of trying to really play into that guest experience. They keep talking about earnings calls. They want the parks to look better. They want the guest experience to look better. And that's coming across. Super easy to get in. They have those scanners here that are just awesome. Now it's time to get some fast lanes and get going. New credit back there. A new bar credit in front. How have I not heard about this fantastic looking craft beer bar here? Don't even want to know how much they charge. Probably way too much. But this is a fantastic addition right here. Gonna have to check that out in a minute. The line for Flash Pass is really long, but what's nice is they have skip the line pass only counter for folks like myself who have the Diamond, Super, Elite, or whatever they have upgraded me to for the next few years for sticking with them through COVID. You don't have to wait in the long Flash Pass line. You can just go there and get your skip the line passes nice and easily. Brings us to the first credit of the day, the Joker. They're cool rides to look at. On paper, I think they are cool concepts. Just not my thing, and maybe I'm just getting too old to go upside down that many times. People love them. I see why parks keep building them. Can't fault them for that. Really cool location around the water. Now we got about an hour left. Brian and I are splitting up. He wants to do a little King to Kai action. I want to go check out Jersey Devil and get some nitro. I've been on nitro in like 10 years, so time to get some food, some Jersey Devil crying in, and check out nitro. This Jersey Devil is currently closed. By the time you're watching this video, I hope the ride is going to be open. It was closed. Stunt Pilot had some issues, so this closed as well, apparently. But I see one sitting on the brake run. I see employee in controls. A couple other folks milling about over here. It'd be awesome to get on and ride, but we only have like 45 minutes left today, so probably not. But it does look really cool. Never done a single rail, so I'd like to do it. But this is a really well-themed area for this ride. Love the big open station. The queue building's super nice. Some theming elements. Love it, Six Flags. Oh, there's a guy on the... That looks like maintenance is on the block break, but looks like it might be closer to opening days-wise, hopefully. Nitro was just as good as I remember it. It's really great airtime. Still think Mako might get my top spot behind Goliath, but this is right up there. And shout out to the crew, too. I mean, yesterday we were at Hershey Park on their hyper. They're double stacking every single dispatch. Here, almost every single dispatch, they're not even stacking at all. So props to the Nitro crew. I always thought these like scenic elements of Great Adventure are very strange. Kind of cool. Can't tell if I like them or I don't like them. But it's definitely different. And just like that, that wraps up our quick couple day journey. Camden Park 1, Kennywood 2, Idlewild 3, Lakemont 4, knoebels 5, Dutch 6, Hershey 7, Sesame 8. This is 9. I think the longest we spent in a park was maybe 3 hours at Kennywood. Hershey, we kind of went in and out and got food, but that wraps up. If you want more information on any of the parks on the channel, or any of the parks featured, we have a video, I think, at least one video, probably for every park we talked about. I'll have separate videos for Lakemont, separate videos showing off the Hershey Chocolatier. But I'll leave you with this last look here at Six Flags. Great adventure, big park. It's getting hot, so I'm glad to head to the air conditioning of the airplane. But a lot of good stuff. Six Flags doing a lot of stuff right. We talked about it a lot on the podcast the last couple months. A lot of good capacity, a lot of good policies, a lot of good stuff all around. So besides Jersey Devil, which isn't really their fault, thumbs up from Six Flags. Great adventure. Thanks for watching, guys. It's hard to see where the airport is because that's the airport right there.
And there's your plane.
The terminal, yeah. No, I think there's one going to Fort Myers earlier. You gotta walk on the plane Beatles style. But this is the Trenton Airport, so I mean, I've seen some of the gates at the international terminal in Atlanta are bigger than this building. Let's go in. There is no trivia, I guess, because trivia is apparently off. But this is the airport. I don't quite know where to go, but this is the airport. Ooh, Sky Lounge. Land Shark Lager. Nice. So for reference, they don't have much area past security, so this is really where you hang out waiting for your flights. They do have food and bar. Beverages are fairly inexpensive for an airport. And this is the entire airport. I think they technically could have 4 planes at once because I see 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for a plane to pull in. This is my plane right here. That's one going to Fort Myers over there. I think Frontier's the only airline that flies in and out of here. It's pretty crazy. But if you are looking to go to Six Flags Great Adventure, I mean, this is a clear, easy, straight shot over of about like 30 minutes. You know, it puts you right in the heart of Pennsylvania. So many parks are within probably an hour, hour and a half from here. So something to look into. You know, I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of Frontier, but I paid $7 for this flight. I can't complain too much. Let's head down and go through security and see what the bottom part of this airport looks like, because we are on the second floor right now. Well, this is probably a pretty cool way to end the video. Not every day we don't walk up stairs into an airplane. Say what you will about Frontier and Spirit, but they fly to a lot of destinations that are close to theme parks. So don't write them off just because you heard some negative things. They could potentially be really close to your next favorite theme park destination. So in the video there, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for following along. Listen to the podcast at Come Be and Say, and stay tuned for more fun theme park videos on the channel.